Ramen's good. It's not gonna really fill you up though.
Videos. Say no.
Tempura is awesome.
I love them.
Sweet. All right.
Where'd you have sushi last night?
I don't know. They brought it here. It's from someplace 15 minutes away. It was fabulous. Sushi rocks.
Yeah.
Eat that with a guilt-free conscience. Like, I'm eating something healthy until I smear a bunch of fattening calorie stuff on top of it.
Fatty salmon.
But anyway, speaking of calorie artery clogging, I had a gift given to me. It's candied bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon makes everything better.
Oh my god.
And you cook it with brown sugar.
Chocolate covered bacon?
Welcome to my cooking panel. I know the program guide said voice acting. Ah,
Bacon!
it's bacon! Bacon and voice acting. The best combo ever.
Yes!
So anyway, off on a tangent. So we started late and we're gonna end early. No, just kidding. This is about learning about the process of recording for video games, which I've been doing for a long time. Let's see. What can I teach you about the process? Video games are recorded one actor at a time. So we go in and we know nothing about what we're recording. Nothing. Maybe the title of the game, or if they're really secretive, they'll have a code name. And maybe even our characters might have a code name. Like, wow. So they make us sign these non-disclosure agreements, it's like, don't talk about Fight Club, don't tweet about it, or else we'll kill you. No, they don't kill you, but they could threaten to sue you, or even worse, just never hire you again. So we have to be very, very careful. No matter what the project is, no matter how excited we are not allowed to ever talk about what we record. By the time if you follow voice actors on Twitter and Facebook and they tweet about something, or they update on Facebook about something, they have clearance to do so, because either the game's come out or it's about to come out like a week or so, right before that. So they have the blessing. So when I go online and say, yes, I'm on Guild Wars 2, oh wait, the game's not out yet. I did ask them, they said it's cool, you can say you're on it, just don't say who. Like, all right. But how are they going to know anyway? If I told them who I was and the game's not out, what does it matter? But what else? I'm not playable anyway. So it's okay.
No!
That's
not!
Well, it is for me, because I've been recording on it for 2 years. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Normally, a game is recorded in one session and then you're done. But this one has been having updates every 4 to 6 months, and my characters keep having more to say, so they have to pay another session fee. More money, more money.
More money equals more bacon.
More money equals more bacon. Thank you, Carcule. That is a very, very good assumption.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I will totally NPC for B. So normally a session's done, and our eyes and ears perk up a little bit more when we get the phone call to do a game, because it pays hundreds more. On anime, we make typically about $65 an hour, 2-hour minimum, so what's $128 minus taxes? Okay. You quickly find out why one session will not pay your rent. It might pay a phone bill, maybe. You quickly see why we don't live on anime. Video games typically pay $200 an hour, 2-hour minimum.
Damn.
So yeah, you see why we like rawr? Video game. Yeah, I like that. Now the downside is most of these games, RPG, first-person shooters, have a lot of screaming in them. The term that is made up for this is called vocally stressful. Isn't that cute? If the writers and the producers, if they hire you, they will tell you ahead of time, so you can plan accordingly, that your session will be vocally stressful. So we record our in-game dialogue first, and then we do the fight sounds, at which point your voice will blow out. And then you have to heal for the next day. There's some people who are well established enough that they turn down these games, and you'll never hear them. You won't hear Bob Bergen, voice of Porky Pig. He says, I don't do those games. I don't want to kill my voice. But he's making mad money doing everything else. So, but all of us, we're all like, hey, I need this. I'll take it. Give it to me. But do you like screaming? Do you like dying for a living? That's what we do. We die for a living. We die in all sorts of different ways, and you know, when you come from a stage background and you're on the plays and everything, it's like, what's my motivation? I have to channel that time that I got decapitated. Because you kind of have to wonder. It's like, well, how does this sound? So that's what we're going to do a little bit of today. We're going to bring people up from the audience and kill them. We're going to work them through different reactions, attack sounds, damage sounds. Hadoukens? See, Capcom told me it's Hadouken, not Hadouken. And it's Ryu, not Ryu. I will say whatever they want. If they call him peanut butter, I will call him peanut butter. I defer to what they tell me to do. That's why when you watch anime and you think, I like Kyle, but boy, that's a terrible performance. It's like, no, I did what I was told, so it's a good performance. They're going to hire me again because I listened to them, and while internally I go, this is terrible. It's the weakest dialogue ever. Oh, hi, ready? Was that my inner voice? I'm sorry. Yeah, fight sounds. Fight sounds and attack sounds come in 3 varieties, small, medium, large. With fries on the side. There's also 3 sub-varieties. Open mouth, closed mouth, clenched teeth. Sometimes the fight reactions are very specific. We want a large, closed mouth reaction or a small, open mouth damage sound. And then we do the death scream. Sometimes the last one. They'll typically ask for, when we're doing in-game dialogue and fight sounds, they want like 3 in a row. So we'll just lay them down like that. It's like, all right, we're going in order, and we're saying, okay, Kyle, this is fight reactions. Give me 3 small, and then lay them down. 3 medium, 3 large. And they're like, all right, okay, now we're gonna do 3 small damage, medium damage, large damage. All right, and now some various grunts, various jumps. So they're building an archive of sounds that they can use. In fact, that's how they've compiled the audio for the next DBZ Connect game. We didn't record all new audio for it. They've lifted it from like, oh, listen to that awesome ringtone. What song is that? Let's sing along with it. You got the whole song, wow. That's amazing. Yeah, and now it's cooking to dancing with Kyle. You want to dance, voice act, enjoy bacon, and earn $20 an hour. 2-hour minimum. Amazing. So, what have I said? That it all makes sense so far, right? Small, medium, large. Anyone have questions?
Your voice sounds very familiar. You sound like the announcer from BBC.
Oh, what? Wait, is that true? BBC you speak of?
What's Dragon Ball?
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
We have
I'm
bacon.
that guy. Bacon. Will Goku defeat the bacon? Here, piggy, piggy, here, piggy, piggy. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I'm not the first narrator. I'm like the 3rd, and not the last. Awesome! What's that? See, I go through all the trouble of picking ringtones and then never using them because my phone's on vibrate all the time. Yeah, it's dubstep. You ever watch videos on YouTube of old people listening to dubstep? This is music? Like, meme of Fry on Futurama where he's kind of squinting. It's like, is this music just bad or am I getting old? Now the dubstep fan's like, hey man, there's good dubstep. There's lots of bad dubstep, but there's some good dubstep. Robot porn. Actually, I do like Skrillex.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like that. Oh, sorry, Kyle, your cred level just went down. DBZ narrator. Oh, he likes dubstep. How about dubstep metal?
What?
The new Korn album is dubstep metal. Go fig. But tangents. Oh yeah, so I'm the narrator in Dragon Ball Z. I'm Aizen on Bleach, Kiba on Naruto, Ryu on Street Fighter, Kamina on Gurren Lagann. Next month, if you watch Avengers on Disney XD, on Super Scroll. Achievement unlocked! Like I've been making cartoons since I was 8 years old. So, literally, like, whoa.
That show.
I recorded it 2 years ago. I've been sitting on this for 2 years. And I'm like, I'm on a cartoon now. Who are you? I'm gonna say. Marvel's like, yeah, you can say you're on it, just don't say who. And then it aired in Australia last week. And like, okay, it's out there. I'm gonna own this. I'm not gonna encourage you to torrent it.
Never.
Disney XD. So yeah, the video games. What's the first video game I did? Blood Rain 2. Blood Rain 2 is a various demon, and he sounded like Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. He's like this. Sweet meat. And then that hurt just to do right now. Imagine doing 20 minutes of that solid. Oh, get you next time, Gadget. Like, oh God, how you doing? Great. I never smoked a day in my life, but now I sound like I chain smoked a carton a day. Smoking's bad, but smoking's bad for your voice career. So if you're smoking and you want to become a voice actor, don't, because first of all, you're going to be coughing up a lung anyway. Second, it's just going to tear your throat apart. So how do you take care of your vocal cords? Anyone want to guess?
Sleep. Lemon
Hot
water.
tea. Singer Saving Grace.
Lemon.
Bacon!
It lubricates.
Lemon, honey, yeah, tea. There's throat sprays. Always drink water. Room temperature water is even better. Your mouth makes a lot of noise in the studio that your ear in normal conversation may not pick up on because they're super sensitive, so they'll hear clicking when you're speaking. So how do you minimize that? Green apples. Not red apples. I think. It's like, well, how about bananas? Like, no. Green apples. I didn't write it, I'm just reporting it, just so you guys know. There's Fred Tatasciore, who was the Hulk in the Avengers cartoon, and he's in the Hulk in tons of cartoons, actually. But he went to Chinatown in LA and found this Chinese cough syrup in this huge jar. And he says, this is guaranteed to help you get through a Screamo session. And he was right. When I was recording on Street Fighter Cross Tekken or Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom.
They're all the same.
I know, they're all the same. What? It's a throat shredder. It's a throat ripper. Vocally stressful. So yeah, take like 2 teaspoons of this. It looked kind of nasty, but it tasted kind of good. And then it coats your vocal cords. Singer Saving Grace is a spray that tastes kind of nasty, but it also works. Especially 9 a.m. when everyone has that funky morning voice going on, and you're like, always like clearing your throat. Well, your voice can sound scratchy. This stuff lubricates your vocal cords and clears the funk right off. And you spray 3 times, click your heels together, and sit in a place at home. And then you get through the session. Somehow, it's amazeballs. It's great. And I've screamed for 2 hours on a video game session, and then the next day have to cancel a session because I didn't anticipate it would be that overly stressful. So I try to do a Kiba session on Naruto, and he's 16, and I sounded 80. Not good. It's like, yeah, I can fake this, no problem, I got this. Let's go, Akamaru! Kyle, no, get out of here. Like, I'm not fired, am I? Like, no, just go heal. That's built into the session. Sometimes, the production schedules are really tight on games. They could be recorded in as little as a day, or they could stretch on for 6 months or even a year, like the Final Fantasies of the world and like Resident Evils. Like, these are massive projects that take forever. And especially now with the new trend of motion capture, all the stuff that, Avatar, the James Cameron Avatar, where everyone they wore the funny suits with the skin tight things and the little light balls all over them. That's the big thing now. It's like on-camera acting, but not. You have to memorize your dialogue. Ooh, I hate that. In voice acting, your script's always in front of you. In motion capture, you got to memorize your dialogue, which people in theater and on stage are like, I do that all the time. Bitch, please. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't remember that. I'm a whiny brat, I know. But I do want to try motion capture. Another thing is facial capture, where they have the camera set real close to the actor while they're recording, so they can get footage of how their mouth moves, how their expressions are, and they'll use that and incorporate that into the animation, which I think is pretty cool. It's not that they make the character look like you, they just use your facial expressions and scan those in. So it's like, hey, I am kind of a piece of that character. It's pretty sweet. L.A. Noire, did anyone play that? I think the way those characters look, I think, are the actual actors.
Yeah.
They scanned them in and did the motion capture and everything. I have personally never done any motion capture yet, but a lot of my compadres do it all the time. Yuri Lowenthal, Liam O'Brien, Matt Mercer. They're always like tweeting photos of it's like, am I sexy or what? It's always with the skin tight suit and covered in little white lights and everything. And like, man, that's crazy. So they're not only doing the voices, but they're actually physically doing the big fight moves and all that. Ruben Langdon, who's Ken on Street Fighter, he owns a motion capture studio. He was Jinx, he was the main guy in Avatar's stunt guy. So you basically see him anytime that like he's doing all these big stunts. It's Ruben. And it's like, oh, the stunt people really are the unsung heroes because they do all this stuff and you never really know it. It's like, yes, Sam Worthington, yes, that's all him. Right. The whole trend about video games where they're having celebs come in and do the work, like, oh, it's so annoying. You can save so much money. Just hire the professionals, please. Good God. Anyway, yes?
Two things. First, just to go back to what you just said just now. How'd you feel about when Chris Rock said that?
Oh, when Chris Rock said that, I make $1 million, I just go in the booth. Yeah. It's like, sir, you make $1 million in the booth because it's you. You just play yourself on Madagascar. Many people would argue that that's not acting, right? Like, they hired him based on who he is. It's like, you're him, you're Ben Stiller, you're David Schwimmer, you're these characters. Does anyone go to see these films because of the actor? And I'm talking about animated movies. Do you care?
No.
Do you only go for the story, right? Oh, wow.
And
Please, Hollywood, listen, is there anyone here who casts on Hollywood films? Hire me. But besides that, please send a message to the studios that fans, we want stories, we want characters, and hire the people you would save, especially in this crappy economy. What is the breakdown of $200 an hour as opposed to what you're paying Chris Rock? Jeez.
I personally want to say that when I heard Chris Rock say that, I was like, wow, you really need a serious wake-up call, because as far as I know, not every big name star could really be that arrogant. I mean, look at Patrick Stewart, for instance. I mean, one could argue that he's a big name too, but he's also really quite good at what he does.
Yes.
So I'm just saying that I understand the animosity between big name actors, but on the other hand, if they do a good job, then to me it doesn't really matter who they are. I can
Right.
understand both sides of the story in many ways.
Yes. Totally. There's always going to be that uphill battle. People play Call of Duty not because Gary Oldman's in it, Right?
He was?
Yeah, see?
That's it?
Gary Oldman. He was up for a Spike Award, the Spike Video Game Awards, which was a joke.
Thank you.
And kind of a slap in the face. They had Tara Strong there, but they didn't really give her props. They had Mark Hamill there.
And Gary Oldman.
Come on. I mean, I would argue that those are celebrities. They're even in a higher echelon of voice actors, but still, they kind of got the. Meanwhile, best performance in a video game. Gary Oldman's like, what? And Gary Oldman's an awesome actor. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, what? They don't even put the celebrities' names on the box art. Because they figure gamers don't care. Exactly! We don't. We want to play a good game. Like when we go to a movie. We want a movie that's cool. Right?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to cycle through some more questions, and then we're going to get to the Hadouken stuff. All right? Promise. Okay, you sir.
So do you support any bringing in of like Hollywood actors or big name actors? Because, like for example, Martin Sheen in Mass Effect, I think he did a really good job.
Yeah.
So is your idea that they can't do it as well as bringing voice actors, or do you think that
Some are well suited, and others aren't, and it's hard to